Mind Control is playing this Kunkka. It's something that I've been waiting for a long time, is people to play off-lane Kunkka, because you have so much utility on this hero. You've got a ton of survivability. And then the other thing is that if you get any type of an advantage in the laning stage, you can kind of like turn that into items in a way that other offlaners can't, because you can XTP yourself, pick up your items from base, and a lot of other offlaners, you'd have to take up the courier to do that. So you sort of have this like extra momentum when you play on this hero that it's really cool.
It is. I feel like Kunkka on the side lane, off lane, is that's his role right now. Even though we saw some Kunkka being played at the mid still, and we saw him being played on the off lane, the hero kind of falls off. You can't just play that full all-in damage Kunkka, because it's not working. The hero easily falls off.
Yeah.
And when you're building all these utility items, whether you want to go for something like Vlad's, Heaven's Halberd, Crimson Guard pipe, you can basically build a spirit with anything that your team needs. You can build it on an offlaner like Kunkka.
So we'll see if it works out for them this time. There are some other just inherent problems that the hero has, but likely we're going to see some stacking up of the jungle by Kuro playing on this Coddle, and that was going to allow them to get into some of the farm later on. But it's going to be Miracle and GH heading down towards the bottom lane. Shadow Shaman and Jug. This is just the classic combo if I've ever seen it.
What about Tiny and your second mid, where one is flying to the tower?
That's another good classic combo. Not sure if it's as effective in the pro scene necessarily, though.
Imagine if there's a guy who likes Dota so much, has shit ton of money, and just names his airways company Tiny Airlines.
I think that would be a pretty good inside joke. I like it. That's my goal. I just need to make a bunch of money, and then I'll make my own Tiny Airlines. That'll be great.
30 seconds to battle.
Well, I can tell you one thing: you don't have a good job to make a lot of money.
That's true. That's a good point. Maybe we need to switch it up. Yeah, we'll become like a banker or something. That's the great idea. Let's see. No Tail here. Gonna be playing on the Nature's Prophet, trying to get some harassment out. He doesn't really have that hero to try and keep Ana survivable, but looks like it's gonna be a full-on tri-lane, at least at the start here, as they go for the last hit on that creep, but no such luck, and No Tail is going to continue to try and zone them back out with these treants, and, well, doesn't manage to get the deny that time around.
They got it. The small victory, killing that treant. Mind Control is alone for now. They're gonna toss the range creep on the top lane.
Nice. Yeah, this is the solid way to do it, and I'm sure very frustrating for Mind Control. But he will know that they're up there. So if you just stand on the other side of this cliff and then throw the toss, then you're able to keep a bunch of creeps up there. And let's see if Jerax is able to get it second time.
Well, he can use a torrent and boat on level 6 to gank those creeps.
Look at him. It's amazing. Yeah, now he's going to leave the lane and come back bottom where they can help out. So gives his Seb a nice lane here, at least from the start, because this can be a little bit frustrating to play against. As I miss first blood. Happens every time. No Tail. They're going to toss back GH, and does he end up going down to the tower? He will. So Jerax able to make something afterwards from that first blood.
Nicely done by Jerax. He kind of gave an upper hand to the top lane with these two range creep tosses on the high ground, gets a kill on bottom. Who got the first blood? GH got the first blood.
Yeah. Did lose his life afterwards. Oh, man, and this is going to be a really annoying lane. Coddle gives mana to GH, who just spams out this Ether Shock. It's 140 damage. That is not fun to play against at all. We got some taunt battles going on down here in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, mid lane, we haven't talked about it that much, but Matumba Man facing off against Topson. How do you see this one working out?
Oh, definitely an upper hand for Necrophos. Pangler is still gonna farm, but you don't really threaten a kill at all on Necro unless someone rotates. He's gonna have an easy lane this time.
Oh, Topson. Danger, danger. Looks like he's going to be okay. Yeah, and Matumba Man, I mean, I guess it feels like he can sort of threaten a kill if Topson's a little bit not careful with his movement. As we saw right there, getting blocked in by the creep. It was a little close.
There's a region rune on top, and Tumbaman needs to get it because Topson just bought a bottle.
Oh, this is big. Although Topson, he doesn't have the swashbuckle. And oh my god, GH finds the kill onto Ana. All right. We're just waking up. We're good to go. We're going to get all these kills now. We're not missing another one. I promise. Miracle has boots already. GH also has boots. And Kuro looks like he's going to pick his up in about 20 or so gold. Which is a frustrating lane to play against as he gets that Eliminate Blast onto both of them.
Everyone on side of Liquid has a magic stick. Actually, Keeper of the Light does not. He just wants to get the boots to be able to run away and position himself nicely. He already has enough movement speed, but why not stack it? And Topson just grabbing a creep wave.
Yo, Mind Control played that so well. Getting the kill at level 4 on the Kunkka onto the Brewmaster is really impressive.
Yeah, Brewmaster was way too greedy on top. He had the healing salve there and one more charge of the bottle, but that's a huge advantage for Kunkka because he's gonna hit level 6 before you. So it means even more kill potential, especially if someone rotates.
Oh.
And look where Matumba Man is. Matumba Man.
Well, I think part of the reason for this was because Topson went up and pulled the wave back behind the tier 2 tower. And so that kind of put them in a tough situation. Jerax right now is stalking GH. We'll see if they're able to find him here. They walk in range of the Sentry Ward, and now the Shackles comes out. Good amount of damage. The spin comes out afterwards, and they're going to know which way he goes, or at least be able to guess it. Miracle, does he find the kill, though? No. Jerax able to live and gives him the taunt afterwards, but he's going to walk back in range of the Sentry, and that should about end the chase, it looks like. Mind Control. God, getting, again, he gets every one of these Tidebringer slashes off onto Seb, who needs to be careful, is going to salve up through this one as well afterwards.
Oh man, Matumba Man has 3 times the CS of Topson. 33 against 11.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, 5-minute mark, those bounty runes are going to get traded out. Matumba Man moves in. Jerax is going to move into position 2, though, and there's a big kill. Jerax able to rotate and find the kill onto the Kunkka, who's very low.
Nicely done by Jerax. It means Brewmaster got the XP from that kill, and if it sticks around, they might even kill him again.
Well, they kill off Ana instead down bottom. Man, Liquid are just all over OG right now. Yeah, but this would be big for them if they could find that secondary kill. But it looks like Kunkka instead is going to walk down bottom. Or go... I don't know.
He doesn't even know where he's moving right now. He lost his compass.
Poor old pirate. But yeah, they're trying to change things up a little bit. It looks like this is sort of a strange rotation, though, because it doesn't have level 6 yet, and also only has the 1-point X. They do find Topson. We'll have the Shackles afterwards. X is going to connect. With only level 1, they're still able to get. They know he doesn't have 6 yet. And they drop the ulti on him. Oh my god, Topson is having the struggle bus of a game.
4-man rotation to get that kill, and they're gonna secure the tower for themselves. Kunkka with level 1 X mark play. Matumba Man is so farmed at this point.
This is nuts. 2,000 gold lead. I mean, going into this, I was expecting that Liquid was gonna be the better team. But I wasn't expecting it to be this rough. Although, right now, looking at Miracle's levels, he's only level 3. Obviously, having more people in his lane pretty consistently, it's not going to be easy for him to stay here against Seb, I don't think, if it's just Miracle.
But losing a tier 1 tower 6 minutes in is going to cripple them.
Kuro just dropped a ward, and the range creeps gave the game away. They ended up punching him as he dropped it up on the high ground. Not the best time, but that one will be dewarded in a little bit. Level 6 there on Topson. They want to try and get a kill in return. Don't get a lucky shot proc, and Seb moving into position. They will have his ulti, which they're going to use right now. No Ghost Shroud available, and he is going to drop. They find that kill, and GH also showing up here as well. They're going to drop the boat onto several of them, but Kunkka's already been lifted up into the air. This is a good fight for OG. If they can find a couple more of these kills, try and get the Tidebringer smash, which they will find. But the toss back, Jerax able to find him on mind control, but the Brewmaster ultimate wears off as well. They're trying to find this kill onto Kunkka. Can they bring him down in time? The blinding light pushback, and Kuro keeps his offlaner alive. Still a big win there for OG.
They just needed to rotate that Brewmaster. He had level 6 for quite some time. Now they used it to full potential. They didn't get any damage on the tower, but they might get another kill. Jerax, he's all over the place. Involved in 4 out of 5 kills. Has Tranquil Boots, Windlace, Magic Stick. I love the build. Usually you see Tiny's just rushing for a Blink Dagger after getting a bottle, but I think with build like this, he can actually have enough movement speed to set up those kills with those back tosses. And Ana dies again.
Reaper's Scythe down bottom. Matumba Man and GH able to combo together to find that kill. But it was not during the duration of the Reaper's Scythe, at least, so Ana did not get that added time on for the respawner. So he is still going to be working towards that Midas, but a long ways away from getting it. No Tail holds on to the tower down bottom, also using the glyph for that one. And it looks like top lane, Miracle level 6, can sort of force back Seb, at least a little bit here. Little mind games going on with it. And neither of them get it. That's fine. Bottom lane, Topson set up. Wants to turn this. They also have an Avalanche trying to kill off Kuro. TP. Maybe going to rotate in here onto Jerax with him. But it looks like it's mind control that shows up, and it's going to try and take down this Tiny. Illuminate Blast comes through. Matumba Man gets tossed back towards him, and the little hand is going to chase, and will it find the kill? Doesn't look like they're quite going to get it. Torrent, oh, just a little bit off the mark. Jerax is going for a walk. They drop down the ward too. He's being chased by the creeps. This is the epitome of Space Crate, and they're just going to let him go. Jerax is out of there. No
Sometimes it's better not to chase him, Torrent.
Oh, no. Well, they pull him back in. He's going to try and TP, but knows that it's all for naught. So No Tail eventually dies. Miracle.
No, he's not going to... Oh, the Tidebringer was ready.
Yeah. They did find that kill onto Jug on the top lane, though. Seb using the ulti for it.
He created so much space. Bounty runes, Kunkka. Oh, they wanted to give it to Brewmaster.
For his bottle.
Get it. Kunkka with the phase boots. He's going to outrun him.
Oh, throws out the Torrent too. Finds Seb, drops the boat. Oh, No Tail comes in, though, is able to find it, but can they get the kill? It's like mind control needs to run, but... Well, this is 4 heroes. This is going to be a dead Kunkka, I believe, as they eventually bounce back the other direction. No Tail gives him the tip, and eventually they kill off the Liquid offlaner. After a really good start, he's been struggling. 3 deaths.
I like Necro's item build. He had Crown. He wanted to go for Road of Atos, but not the greatest item in this game. Then, like, what am I gonna do with it? I'm just gonna switch to Whale of Discord.
Yeah.
I would love to see Guardian Greaves picked up on Necro.
Fancy kill there. Mr. Ana infests in for the finish. Yeah, it is a little bit different. We were talking about this item yesterday a little bit. You were saying that you felt like it was kind of just a dead item in general. But it does give some armor at least, and, well, pretty relevant stuff there.
Oh, silenced.
Top lane, they're battling for it. Wanting to get this kill onto Miracle. He does have spin and no TP. Healing ward down, maybe can drop it in the trees while they're chasing. Keeps them alive for the moment, and with the rotation for mind control, they can't find that kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, GH smoked up. There's been a lot of action so far. Topson walks forward, finds the Hex, ward trap, the whole enchilada, but Topson gets the jump out because Jerax is there yet again. This guy's everywhere.
I feel like they could have pushed the tier 2 tower bottom with the 3 heroes and the serpent wards instead. Look at Tiny. He's saving that raindrop I guess he wants to get the Spirit Vessel at one point if the game goes well for him after he gets a Blink Dagger.
Jerax? Jerax?
Radiant structures.
Does he live? No, okay, GH is dead. Looked a little funny tossing his buddy away, but they still managed to get that kill in the end. Top lane, Miracle, getting punched, does have the spin still, needs to be careful. They're going to fully die for this one, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get that kill onto Miracle. The lift up is there for Necrophos, though. Now with everybody rotating in, Matumba Man trying to get out of here. He's walking. He does still have stick charges. Can he pop it? Can he live? He has him after with the Ghost Shroud, but it's not quite going to be enough to keep him alive, as it looks like they eventually take him down, and now Mind Control has stuck around a bit too long. The boat was still on cooldown, and GH is there trying to dissuade them from going any further. No-Tail shows up as well, though. OG brought numbers, have 4, trying to kill off Mind Control, but the Illuminate is there as well. The Blinding Light pushback, it's going to not be enough, because Ana is still there to find the kill.
Yeah, most importantly, Ana is getting those kills. He got the kill on GH, he got a kill on the Tomb Man. After the bad start, now has a Midas, and it's looking okay. 2,000 network lead for OG right now. They're gonna pressure the Tier 1 tower on a mid lane.
Miracle is sort of playing a little bit of back and forth here with Topson, who's threatening to go in for the spin. The Rolling Thunder, rather. And yeah, this pressure up top is going to be stopped as Matumba Man shows up with Mind Control and Kuro, and Ana always has the opportunity there just to rage and walk away. So they don't get the top Tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not what you usually see. Kunkka, Mind Control on the bottom of network chart. He has 37 CS. I mean, same goes for Topson, so he's not that underfarmed, or they are both underfarmed.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, the situation that they've found themselves in this time around. Man, 18 kills, 14 minutes. Been very action-packed, but still very close. It's Dota Plus saying. It's, well, 46 to 54. Pretty even at this point in time. The nice part about the Liquid draft is that you've kind of got this consistent motion where you can go with the wards on cooldown to try and sort of pressure towers if you wanted to run it that way. But Ana up in the top lane, going to try and get out of here. They do have that Reaper Scythe if they wanted to try and fully commit, but not going to be the case. They're instead going to send one mid, and Mind Control shows up, gets themselves Seb. They know the ulti's still on cooldown. 1 second away. They can't burn him down in time. But Miracle, well, they get it. The turnaround, the Avatars, they just blow up Miracle. He's just dead. And now Mind Control is going to get lifted in the air. Do they have any other heroes? They're wrapping around with the Pango. Jerax is here as well. Does still have the no boat available, so they take another kill. In the meantime, they did lose Ana up top to a ward trap. So odd things going on all across this map here. 21 kills at just this 15-minute mark.
Yeah, but I think OG is getting way too much. They got 2 kills on 2 cores. They got the Tier 1 tower. If somehow Lifestealer survived there, there's a lot of farm on a bottom lane, and in their jungle they have a vision there. Maybe he should just switch back to that part of the map and continue farming that Radiance. Once he gets that Radiance, it's going to be so hard for Liquid to actually fight into, because it's a position 5 Keeper of the Light, which means that he's not going to get that much farm. He's not going to have that Glimmer Cape or Force Staff to save people. Matumba Man has a Force Staff right now, so that's their saving tool. Jerax is involved in 11 out of 13 kills. He didn't die a single time. It's because of this build. He has a lot of movement speed, Tranquil Boots plus a Windlaze getting closer to his Blink Dagger. Once they get it, they're gonna keep playing aggressive. And I expect him to get a Spirit Vessel after this. It's gonna be extremely good against Necro and just healing in general.
Yeah. No, definitely. Well, and you've also got Topson here going for this sort of utility build on the Pango that we've seen so often, trying to build into the Guardian Greaves, and already has that mechanism done. Can make a really big difference.
Topson did not have a good early game. His skipping the Javelin build might switch back after, just so that he can farm and scale into a late game. But right now, he wants to be the healer for his team, just to keep them alive.
Yeah, definitely. Group up, smoked, mid lane. Might have been scouted a little bit here by that ward that's over on the Dire side of the river. Miracle has been oddly quiet this game, getting picked off a couple of times. And bottom lane, they're trying to set up on Ana.
Side of the river.
Yes. Avatos, kill off Kuro. Bottom lane, Omni Slash. Ana trapped in the wards. And it is going to be ostensibly a coddle for a lifestealer. And rolling in, Topson's there. It's not really finding that many great heroes, though, to catch onto. And now they're going to have the Avalanche, the Torrent. It's already interrupting, so they kill off another one. Already 2, Force Staff trying to get away, but Seb is there, able to find the drop down afterwards. Boat's going to connect, so Matumba Man is going to be very tanky, having that rum buff on him this entire time. Can they bring down Matumba Man in time? They drop down the white hole on top of everybody else. Jerax, Avalanche toss, finds Kuro, trying to kill him off indeed, but they can't quite get it with the blinding light, and now the pushback. Matumba Man still lives through all of this. That rum buff made all the difference in the world. Now they turn on to Topson, try and take him down, but he pops the mechanism, lives through it afterwards, and now the the Torrent pulls back in another, and Topson eventually dies, avalanched by a little bit of space. But man, KuroKy getting in for that rum buff, making all the difference to keep Matumba Man alive.
Yeah, Liquid will want to have those long fights where they're going to use Coco's buff aura from Necrolite, which is level 4, the healing wards. They can heal up and drag these fights so they can deal damage over time, especially on Necro. And I wanted to see this Radiance build on Necro because they are relying so much on Juggernaut to deal the damage, and if he doesn't go for it, I would be afraid that they're gonna lack damage in the mid game. So good choice from Matumba Man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right, is that this damage does start to fall off eventually. It's like a lot very static and based upon, KuroKy's just magic damage, and then Miracle needs to have a good game for the Omni Slash to really matter, and he's still a little ways away from picking up that Maelstrom after getting the Manta style here. But the Manta should provide a little bit more survivability as they chase forward for Ana. 4 heroes up top right now, and they get him another round of wards, traps, and looks like he is going to drop there. Ana gets the rage, tries to run away. The mech actually keeps him alive. So OG able to keep their carry survivable, and Topson trying to chase now with the Rolling Thunder working. Matumba Man trying to turn this. They've already caught Mind Control, though, and it looks like he is going to be the one that drops. They lost the Shadow Shaman already, and look at the man. He's there yet again. Jerax always in position. Ana chasing after this healing ward. Does eventually take it down. Omni Slash traded over to the Treeps. Miracle does nothing with it. Seb is there with his ultimate. OG are doing it with this fight, and they're going to buy back on Jerax. He wants to get back into this engagement because they know that they potentially have Miracle, although now he gets the spin TP away, and it looks like that buyback is not going to be as relevant, although they did lift up now onto the Necrophos. He's going to have a Force Staff in 10 seconds afterwards. And can they get into position, the rest of the heroes from Liquid, to try and keep Matumba Man alive? They end up losing one. Matumba Man turning, trying to find himself a kill. Does not have that Radiance burn as of yet, but Jerax does get the kill onto Kuro. While this is happening, Ana's just farming. It looks like they're finally going to call off the charge. Jerax trying to run away. He will have another blink in 2 seconds. Mind Control, gain in position. The phase boots, it should not be enough. Jerax has the blink now, but doesn't even need to use it.
Really, really long fight. Even a buyback coming out from Jerax. If they get that split off, I don't think Liquid can fight right now because KuroKy is underfarmed. Right now, he's just the utility. As Who Defiant is building towards that pipe to mitigate some of the Radiance damage from a Brewmaster, and most importantly, Tiny.
Yeah. Miracle chased. Does have stick charges and Manta. Topson forces out the spin, but there is nothing else afterwards. And Matumba Man picks up the relic.
It was a good plan from Liquid. They Force-staffed Shadow Shaman, trapped a Life Stealer, but there was a rotation. And Life Stealer is not the easiest kill to get. Has a lot of strength. Shadow Shaman, he wants to get himself to level 10 to get that XP talent and then use a book. All right, he's like, I've had enough. I'm just gonna use it and still get the XP.
Yeah. Tail getting some deep wards here. This one unlikely to be dewarded. And what do we have? Still a couple, about 1,000 gold away from finishing off that Radiance. I mean, how much does that make the difference? We saw in game number 1, or game number 2 of the first series, the Spectre just get completely out of control having his Radiance. Is this a similar type of thing where Matamba Man? Oh, toss back, Seb, they're all on top of him. And Matamba Man still lives through this. The Torrent, it's going to connect. Force Staff doesn't pull him up to the high ground, but he still has that run buff. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough as they throw out the Reaper Scythe, trying to kill off Seb. He eventually dies. And Seb still lives through this one, can jump back in with the ultimate if they so desire. So OG, in spite of having this Brewmaster on 200 HP, they're still willing to chase. The disarm is there, jumps forward, gets the ulti off. The Torrent's going to connect onto 2 with the Omni Slash there as well, but it's not looking like it's enough. Kuro tries to run away. GH going to drop the wards. OG is just streaming forward, aggressively taking down that Shadow Shaman. 3 are dead with no buyback, and Mind Control also is going to be chased. They try and kill off that healing ward. Afterwards, Ana takes it underneath the tier 4 towers. OG find themselves another one, and Miracle has gone a bit too far. He is going to finally be able to get the spin away, but OG finally call off the charge and head back to take the tower.
What a play from OG. They killed that Necro. That's the most important target. Sadly for Liquid, he didn't get on the high ground. It might save him for a bit longer, but that Radiance timing, Blink Dagger timing on a Brewmaster, they were trying to score a kill. They even have a Vlad's right now. If they can get another kill or 2, it's secured Roche for them.
No.
Problem is GH is having a really, really rough time. He's not getting his spells off in the team fight.
It really feels like in the battle of the position 4s right now, it's just Tiny as a hero sort of makes this Shadow Shaman struggle. You can blow him up at the start of the fight, and then if he's trying to channel Shackles, you can see that GH is queuing up a BKB right now. He just wants to be able to get these control elements off, and he hasn't been able to yet.
Yeah, he understands that Tiny is his worst enemy right now. Every single time he shows Jerax just being patient, going on him, blowing him up instantly. Jerax has a lot of levels, which means his spells are maxed out. He went for movement speed on level 10. Look at this. Windlace,
oh my god,
432.
Yeah, and having that on top of the Blink Dagger and now going back for the Glimmer Cape. This is... You see, people sometimes... People like to go for the builds that they see pros go for that look fun, like the Dagon Ember, things like that. This is the build I want to see people do in the pubs. You know what I'm talking about? This is the dream build.
Are you talking about Tiny's build?
Exactly. Yeah, just go like Windlace, Tranquils, then into Blink afterwards. I had a Tiny in one of my games recently build an Axe.
Sick, bro. What bracket are we talking about again?
We're not going to go there. But, well, Tiny breaks the smoke. They see him. He's choosing his target. Everybody gets out of the pit. Jerax, Avatos connects onto 3. No tail there as well. And meanwhile, they're going to jump into the pit, interrupt. Ana picks up the Aegis. Mind Control wanted it so badly, but can't find it. They do find the Ward Trap. Now Jerax going to be fully isolated. The Omni Slash out, but it's not looking like it's enough damage. They have the Reaper Sight trying to kill off Jerax, but he lives yet again. And Liquid going to be assaulted by the stream of damage coming from OG. They get the silence out on a Miracle. He's going to have to go for the spin TP away, and he will live, but everybody else on Liquid dies.
They're buying back. They're going to pick up 4 bounty runes. Ana managed to secure the last hit on the Roche and got that Aegis. The problem was for Team Liquid that Necro didn't have the Radiance in that fight. I don't think it would matter that much, but it could make a difference because of all of the miss hits and the damage over time.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right? And granted, this was a different position, Necro. They decided to put more of the farm onto the Jug this game, but having that Radiance that little bit earlier can maybe be part of the thing that makes the difference. I think Jerax, too, is the other big X factor in this game. The Tiny has just done so much, and as it should, it's a last pick. X now, try to pull him back in. They want to take him down at the start of the fight. These fights might look different if they're able to kill him off. The Tumba Man backing away yet again. The boat's going to go out there. It's not connect onto anybody, and Topson is just rolling through, causing havoc. They have the Hex onto this lifesteal, but they know if they go on him, the counter initiation coming from the Tiny would be too much. So can they bring him down and burn through that Aegis at the very least? Not looking like it's going to happen. Ana trying to find a target to lifesteal off of, but they just can't do it. Liquid can't initiate. It's too scary.
Suddenly he's almost full HP because of that Guardian Greaves. Still has Aegis and Infest to work with, and all the lanes are pushed out. Look at the top lane. It's coming with the Siege Creep because of Furion is using ulti. The push out those waves. Smoke. They want to keep fighting. Brewmaster, ulti, ready in 10 seconds.
They're jumping in if they get an opportunity, and Matumba Man reveals himself. Mind control as well. They're able to find two of them. Seb looking for that ultimate, but it was still on cooldown, and now they drop down the Will-O-Wisp as well. Ana gonna pop the Enrage, and now they're still able to control this one for the moment, but the Seb ulti is out, and they've also caught Tiny. He's gonna get blown up. They drop the Reaper Scythe onto him, dead for 100 seconds, no buyback. Has OG finally gone a bit too far? It doesn't look like it. They end up losing the Kunkka as well, and now Topson rolls through with the Rolling Thunder. They finish off the Radiance on the Necrophos, but Matumba Man is gonna die in the duration of that ultimate. GH trying to shackle to stop him at all, but the silence is there. They find themselves another kill, and Ana, friends with the Fountain, he knows where he's going and is just gonna back out afterwards.
They see me rolling, they hate him. And Topson was just circling around them, full duration ulti. I don't think they can fight. 17,000 net worth lead. Ana still has Aegis up and running for 2 minutes, and this Guardian Greaves keeping everyone alive and healthy.
Very impressive showing here from OG. This game, I mean, again, you look at it, it was very back and forth up until about that 20-minute mark, and it felt like they just sort of turned the engines on and started to roll at that point from OG. They have caught themselves another here. The Pango is going to die. So a little bit of an overextension. Now they get the X pullback on a Seb. They know that he does not have ultimate. And meanwhile, Ana tries to turn this back around. Mjolnir, Seb, get an Omni Slash. Matumba Man is here as well. They're both going to die. And also, OG has severely overextended. Now GH with the no Hex. He doesn't have anything to control him. Ana's just going to go for the TP out.
Reaper Sight on cooldown, and on the bottom lane, No Tail is just trying to split push as much as possible with his Treants and Necrobook level 1. BKB finished on a Brewmaster on top of 2,000 gold. He's level 19. They overextended a little bit, but most importantly, they did not lose Lifestealer.
Yeah, Ana able to live. I mean, he died 5 times this game, but when it's mattered, he has been able to stay alive in these later stage engagements. What an interesting game, though. And I'm not exactly sure what to sort of tack this onto. Is it just the strong timing that OG had with this Radiance on Lifestealer? Like, what do you think is making the difference that's led to this 16,000 gold lead?
They had the better timing on the items. Juggernaut was suffering. Same goes for Kunkka. Like, he was trying to make maybe a bit too many movements. Also, the Radiance on Necro came a bit too late.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Jerax is here, has the Avalanche toss blink away, and picks up the Bounty Rune. Just get into the head of him.
Jerax picked up Bounty Runes at 29-29.
Amazing what you found.
No one picked up those two top Bounty Runes for 4.5 minutes.
It's an interesting point. This fights were just kept on going the entire time, and nobody has time for Bounty Runes when there's kills to be made. Man, Brewmaster has a BKB now, has almost finished off a pipe himself. I think the other thing that you talked about in the fights was the Guardian Greaves pickup. Makes a really big difference as well. And
yeah, and now they even have a Lotus Orb. Great against Shadow Shaman. Juggernaut ulti. Same goes for Necro ulti.
For the team, just let Ana be the damage and focus everybody else on survivability. Seb jumps forward, BKB out, chasing down Matumba Man. Where's the answer? Liquid, where's the save? They don't really have it. The Glimmer Cape was there to keep him alive for the moment, but Topson continues to get his full duration ultimate out, and they're going to Glimmer Cape him just to get out afterwards. Avalanche, toss back in the Necrophos. Can they blow up Matumba Man in time? They don't have a Dispel right now, though. So Matumba Man still lives through it, but all of this damage over time, my goodness. Ana chases forward, and Miracle trying to stop what they can, but this is going to be a dead Kuro. Does not have buyback either, but they're going to buy back onto this Necrophos, try and get him back into the struggle as they find the X, find the ulti. It's going to kill off one. Topson ends up going down 90 seconds. He does have buyback, and Liquid able to find another couple of key kills here, taking down Jerax as well.
2 kills, two buybacks, but the problem is their lanes are pushed in, and also Roche is not gonna spawn for next minute, maybe even longer. So they did not achieve anything. They just got the 2 kills from it, no objectives taken.
Yeah. Well, I think it does sort of speak to one of the problems that they had previously, which was, it's not just the Radiant's timing, but it's that you had all that gold invested in the Necrophos, and now that he has it, the fights feel a little bit more even, at least than it did in the moments leading up to it. But it's OG getting into that second tier of items, which is becoming a problem. And Ana has a DD bottled up now. Matumba Man caught in the Sprout. Does have Force Staff, but still feels kind of comfortable.
Yeah, they did not want to overcommit there. Necro does not have a buyback, but still, they don't need to rush anything right now.
No. Another Lotus Orb coming out for the Tiny. And what else do we have? I guess the big thing is going to be Jug getting into that Butterfly. And he's getting closer to it. Already has the 10 armor talent. Level 22. He's starting to catch up to Ana a little bit. And Ana, after going for the Basher, which is still in his backpack, is going to go for the AC next. Assume switch that in for the bottle after you pop the DD.
I don't remember seeing GH being the second lowest net worth in the game, like ever.
Yeah.
Dude always finds farm.
Just hasn't been his game. This Tiny was such a good pick.
Down.
Seb, chasing, has mind control, hasn't thrown out the boat. It already used it earlier to farm, I guess. And is heavily punished for it. And now, GH going to be Glimmer Caped and they get the runaway. But no Kunkka, 40 seconds.
The problem is that Nature's Prophet position 5 has Sight of Vice.
Yeah. He is very farmed. He is more farmed than the Kunkka right now. Topson blinks in. Wasn't quite able to get the stun there onto Miracle. Topson will laugh it off, though. And Ana is going to jump outside of him. So, those are the types of moves where you don't really risk much, but the potential gains from it are really high if you're able to get that stun.
Problem is, Liquid's lanes are near their base because every single time ulti is ready, Nature's Prophet is just using it to push it out, see where they're standing. Creeps just spawned, he instantly uses it. Dire Scan connects. Not sure they can do anything about it. Like, it feels like they need to go and contest, because if they don't, they give them cheese and Aegis, the game is just gonna end.
Yeah, and that little avalanche toss from Jerax reveals their positioning. Miracle still moving in. Seb goes for the BKB, seeing if they can make some action happen. The long duration silence now onto the Jug. He needs to get the spin off. Is it going to come in time, though? He managed to get the Manta to back away afterwards, and now the Omni Slash comes out as well. Reaper Scythe kills off Topson, and the toss away. Jerax barely able to live through. He must have been spamming that as soon as the Jug comes out of his ulti, but they're fighting forward. Liquid takedown too, and maybe going to be able to find more as Seb is trying to run away, but I don't think it's going to happen. They've got eyes on the Earth Panda, find the Hex immediately afterwards, and now the Shackle's landing. Jerax trying to jump in and create a little bit of space for Seb to run away, but they X him, they pull him back in, and they find the triple kill for Miracle. It's a Butterfly, and it's a Roche.
Miracle deals a lot of damage. They blew up Fango before he could use anything. Tried to save him up with the Glimmer Cape, but it was not enough. Also, Lifestealer. This time, positioning from GH was godlike. During the early and mid game, they were just heavily focusing him down, but now they did not have a vision where
Jerax
approaching.
They got him caught, and do they have any extra vision? Dust not gonna connect, but they still should spot him in the blink away.
Mind control, try to go for a cheeky little play to cleave off the creeps to stop his blink dagger. If you look at the amount of sentries that they invested around the high ground, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means that the OG did not have any vision, and they need to have a lot of dust because they have this Glimmer Cape on Tiny, which is causing them a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Now Matumba is extremely farmed. Guardian Greaves, Radiance, even has a cheese on top of it, and with Aegis on Miracle, he can afford to go in and create the chaos for his team. Maybe even try to force Brewmaster to pop a split, Pangolier to put himself in a bad position. And Kanka, he is utility right now. No damage whatsoever, just a Crimson Guard and the Pipe of Insight, trying to keep the team alive.
This feels like it could have been one of those turning points in the game where suddenly Liquid have their feet back underneath them and can sort of take these fights a little bit more effectively. A double damage on Miracle, Omni Slash back off cooldown. I don't know if OG want to fight right now. This could be a big trap. If they're able to bait out Matumba Man and they don't blow him up in time, he's got Guardian Greaves. OG, this is really scary. Walking into all of this, the Force Staff trying to pull them deeper into the trap, and now Miracle going to reveal himself with this DD, and OG need to get out. They have to get out of this one, and it looks like they're going to be able to as Miracle still runs forward and has an opportunity to Omni Slash there. The Hex comes out from No Tail, trying to get himself out. And Seb jumps back in brazenly, trying to take this fight, seeing if they can find anybody, but Omni Slash is going to connect Ana. Why did you run into this? They have the Reaper Sight dead for 2 minutes. No buyback. Jerax also is going to be caught, but he gets the blink out. Sick plays from Jerax, and that's going to keep him alive, but they do take down GH. But losing your carry for the Shadow Shaman.
Oof, I don't know what what the plan was there. You saw double damage Juggernaut, and only Brewmaster and Lifestealer goes in. You could see Miracle hesitating for a second, like, what is happening? I'm not gonna pop the Omni Slash on this Lifestealer because it can't be real.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, they do buy some more space for some pressure to be mounted on the mid lane and back towards the tier 3s, but they'll gladly take that kill. In 90 seconds, no Lifestealer. It's still a problem of the lanes not being in a good position for Liquid. Well, 38 minutes in, and what does Dota Plus say? It's down to 14% chance at this stage. It was very high for OG for a while there. And, well, we'll see where we go from here. Probably next Roche is what we're going to be looking for. Another engagement from OG. I mean, can Liquid do anything with this Aegis? They've still got a minute and a half left.
They are waiting for Omni Slash, I guess. The problem is they need to show out these waves, and Nature's Prophet is causing them a lot of issues with split pushing, using the teleport, the Necrobook Treants, also popping ulti every single time it's ready. Someone needs to maybe get the Boots of Travel.
Yeah. I remember that wave yesterday that came in for Seb's Alk that was just so freaking enormous. It was the similar type of scenario where they just keep on sending Treants down a lane, but Liquid feel like the lanes are in a good enough position where they can try and make something happen possibly, although it's still only a minute left on this Aegis. Does not feel great.
If you look at what OG is building, it feels like the heroes on their side are gonna start to fall off. Nature's Prophet not. He can transition into being a damage dealer, but Tiny right now has a movement speed. Talent has that Lotus Orb. He's more of a utility right now. Same goes for a Brewmaster. He has Pipe and a Black King bar.
Yeah.
Also a Pangolier. He does not have any damage whatsoever. He's just being tanky enough, but they can easily burst him. As long as they are forcing these fights, no one is dying on Team Liquid. They got it.
Just need to be careful and calm in this game number 1. Winner, again, for all you folks out there, is going to be going to the Major. And they're pressuring this tier 3 tower. OG trying the slow kill as Miracle is going to go for the spin TP out. Obviously still needs to be pretty much only concerned about the Abyssal Blade from Ana. If Ana's not nearby him, he should be able to always get that off. So 13,000 net worth lead, and that Aegis having just expired. Where can they go next? They still have the cheese on Matumba Man, which I think makes a pretty big difference. We'll have to wait and see.
Also, Jug is getting closer to Abyssal Blade. That's going to be a huge item for him. He's just saving for a buyback right now because he doesn't have enough money for both. Just to keep either Pangolier. He can actually solo kill a Pango or a Lifestealer if he gets isolated.
Yeah. Oh, and right now, I mean, Juggernaut with the like Mjolnir procs and everything, even if they're in a creep wave, hypothetically he could kill them. Just take down the creeps really fast and then kills them off afterwards. No Tail's pushing up top, trying to control these creep waves. And look at this OG movement. They're in the base. They're going for some funky stuff here. They're hoping to find somebody and pick them off and immediately run into the base. And they might just be able to do it. Seb is there, has the Lifestealer inside of him, looking for the initiation. OG realized it's a little bit too scary. They needed the element of surprise. So they don't find it, are forced to back out. But those are the types of moves where if you can find a pick-off just sort of out of nowhere, maybe you can push afterwards.
OG is respecting Liquid. They know that they have no burst damage now whatsoever. Even if they get a Hex off, if Lifestealer is not there, and it's hard because they have a Glimmer Cape, they have a Force Staff on this Necro.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for OG anymore.
Yeah, despite the 14,000 gold lead. I mean, and the 2 lanes of Rax. All of the tier 2s are still alive for OG right now, but it feels scary. You can tell just in the way that they're playing that they're not as confident just brazenly running up towards high ground. Oh, and we see that Shadow Shaman actually goes for the extra duration on Shackles. Has a Blink Dagger now on top of that Aether Lens. And you mentioned the positioning of the Shadow Shaman. I think a big part of the reason for that was just because he got that extra range talent as well. All right, double the X, double the fun. Topson rolls in, pulls the Kunkka back into him. The jump forward as well. They found Kuro. Going to be Glimmer Cape. They get down the vision as well. Able to find that Coddle and kill him. And now the Hex, the long duration disable onto Nature's Prophet. He's dead. All it takes is a second. And again, this is the problem. Liquid might be able to take this fight if they're not careful. OG need to back out of here a little bit. Oh, a great ulti coming down from the Coddle. Can they kill off the Nature's Prophet in time? The Pango dropping low, but the Guardian Greaves. It's too much. Miracle turns now, trying to find Ana. Goes for the Omni Slash. The Reaper's Sight there as well, but it's not going to be enough to find the kill. They do take down Jerax, but Topson and Ana both trying to blink and get themselves out of here. They forced out 2 buybacks, OG did, on both the Kunkka and the Coddle. But
yeah, cute little play from Tiny. Miracle was saving ulti until the last moment, so one of them gets isolated, popped it, wanted to combo it with Necro ulti, but the Jerax came into play with the toss and to take the bullet for the team. Roche just spawned. That's the third one. Cheese, Aegis, and Refresher Shard.
Yeah, Kuro's ultis have been on point. And they find Topson. A little bit unfortunate here. The man gets pulled back in, but they miss on the boat, and it's actually going to stop the pressure. The Hex shows up for No-Tail, and Ana is here as well. Liquid, have they overextended a little bit? Kuro is fully wrapped in right now by those trees, so he can't get into this fight either. They're going to buy back on the Shadow Shaman. Matema Man jumps up to the high ground. The Force Staff is there, and he's going to be able to run down No-Tail, it looks like, eventually. Summoning trees and just going to try and send them into the base to push out these creep waves. And on the other side of it, GH, these long duration shackles will eventually kill off Topson. So it was looking good for a second for OG, but in the end, Liquid find their men and find 2 kills.
Liquid is doing it, trust me. Now Juggernaut has that Boots of Travel. Lanes are in a decent position for them. They can go into Roche Pit. Nature's Prophet bought back in the previous fight, which means that he can't pressure those lanes. OG is using a scan to see what they are doing right now. But Juggernaut is showing on the bottom lane. This is going to be a huge one. Level 25 on Necro. He just hit it.
Yeah, very important.
Extra Heartstopper aura. If they can't burst him down, that's the thing.
Yeah. He's just going to live through these fights and do so much of that damage over time. The Blinding Light pushback, but Jerax was able to get the blink away. They know that this Roche is going on. They're going to buy back on Pango. It's really scary fighting into this with Pango available. The DD spawned down bottom this time. You can imagine if that DD was up here, this Roche would be just about dead already. But instead, it's Ana that's here on top of Miracle. They're battling it out. Seeing who's going to get more of the bashes. They drop down the ulti as well, coming from that Shadow Shaman. Seb popping the BKB. Eventually going to go for his ulti. Nobody gets interrupted and sleep, and now they find him. Can they burst him, though? It's not going to happen. Topson jumps through a really good ultimate, but the Omni Slash is going to be there eventually. And now they've got Ana isolated. They find the double kill as well. Now trying to find Topson, but it looks like they're just going to be able to move in and finish off Roche.
Just finished the Roche. Double damage is on the bottom lane. OG will need to play some kind of a fancy ass game if they want to win this one. It's not looking good for them for the past 5-7 minutes. They're gonna need to cut the waves.
Yeah, you can see Topson already just trying to put this pressure on. And he's going to afterwards have to just TP out. He doesn't have a TP for 22 seconds, though, as going up towards the top is going to be Miracle trying to farm this out and get the lanes pushed. Will not have boots of travel to head back afterwards. But Topson still playing it a little bit footloose and fancy free. GH was looking, can't find him. Man, big stuff. X, Torrent, they find Tiny. He's got to get out of here. In some trouble, Matumba Man breaking the Blink Dagger and finding this Tiny. Does he manage to get out? The Glimmer Cape there. This is a gem as well.
The overtime damage from that Necro. I just want to see the number, how much damage he dealt after the game, because that's insane. These fights are lasting for so long, and you can see Topson already trying to do the fancy stuff. No Tail will need to pressure the bottom lane, but feels like Liquid, they want to close out this game. They have Cheese, Refresher, and Aegis.
Oh my goodness. And just game number 1, we saw at a certain point it was at a 99% win probability for OG, and the game has just completely swung back around to almost 50-50 at this stage. But again, the big specter of the creeps pushing in the lane.
Liquid's courier just died, and Necro had a full heart on it.
Oh
see
god.
If anything else is missing. Jug just finishes Monkey King bar.
Yeah.
Why don't we have the technology to see what was on the courier? I mean, it's 2019. We should be able to do it.
We had it for a while, but that got taken away. I don't remember when exactly it was that got switched over.
Yeah, it was I think full AC from Kunkka.
Man. That is a huge courier. Yeah, he has the plate mail still on him, but that does slow things down a little bit. Still Aegis, Cheese, Refresher. Refresher is being held by the Shadow Shaman, so if there's one hero's isolated, it's going to be completely controlled the entire time. It's like 20 seconds or something if you want to use the Refresher on it.
Lifestealers inside of Nature's Prophet. They could go for these cheeky little plays. Someone buys time, and then they TP in, summon the book, try to take the tier 4 towers, or just get the mega creeps, but it's not looking good for OG right now.
I mean, they've got Sheepstick and Bloodthorn right now on that Nature's Prophet as well, and they found one. Okay, the Hex, it's there. Can they burn down the Juggernaut? In time, the boat comes out. Is he going to live through it? Just barely. Miracle, Manta gets the heal afterwards. That was so close to tragic for Liquid, and they do have control over Mind Control right now. Pushes him back down again. The Torrent's gonna connect on it too, though, and the Omni Slash comes out. It's dealing so much damage, but it's not quite doing enough. And the Abyssal Blade to turn it back around. The Lotus Orb is there. They're also keeping Miracle stuck. Where's your Qualifier, Miracle? He can't heal anybody. He's trying to do his best Artesian impression as the turnaround comes. Avalanche toss, still living through this one. The Hex comes out a second round. GH can drop down the wards if he so desires, but another round of this Lotus Orb keeps Topson alive. They couldn't use the Shackles because it would have used it on himself instead, and now the Hex to turn it around again. These Lotus Orbs so impactful, but it's not going to be enough, as it is going to be Nature's Prophet and Pango, and over on the side, they've got their man called Jerax at the last second. Keeps him alive. They do have the Infest, and now the Blink away if he so desires. Just going to go for the Rage TP, but Matumba Man, no Reaper Scythe. They get out barely.
This Heartstopper aura is just tearing them apart in a team fight. They didn't manage to kill the Juggernaut, even though if they did, he still has Boots of Travel and a buyback available. I don't think they can win these fights anymore just by trying to look for it. They need to go for some sneaky plays, otherwise they're not winning this game.
These Lotus Orbs have been so close. Oh my god. There's no way, right?
Yeah, there it is. Boots of Travel, Full Heart, and AC.
I thought Jerax was going to snipe it again, but they didn't have vision. Man. Yeah, that changes things.
Kunkka just hit level 25. He's holding a point.
What's he going to go for? I mean, Tidebringer Cleave doesn't really have that much damage right now. But that Ghost Ship fleet, I don't know. It's tough to tell. It's so much like area control.
Oh, the dream. Shadow Shaman does not have a refresher shard since it pops it. And
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
ult is ready in 20 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower
Man, what more
has
could you have
fallen.
wanted from a battle of 2 TI winners? We're going the distance here, 52 minutes, and this is just game number 1. So often you get a huge advantage winning at game number 1, and it feels like they sometimes just steamroll for game number 2. We'll see if that's the case here. Whoever ends up winning this, Jerax is set up down bottom. Who can they
Look
find?
at that attack speed with Moon Shard.
Jump in, Seb. BKB there. He is going to have his ultimate afterwards. Pops it with the Abyssal Blade. They've got him caught. He needs to get it off now. The Reaper Scythe comes out. They try and bring him down in time. Is it going to be enough? It is. They buy back immediately on Seb, though. Now you need to get out if you're Liquid, or maybe just go for more. No Tail is also going to die. He has buyback, though, but inside the base, the tier 4s, they could think about turning for it if they wanted to and try and control them. The creeps are in the base mid. And now Seb controlling, starting to take down another. Matumbo Man, they're chasing for him, and they're going to be able to find the Hex, find the Bloodthorn. The Blinding Light pushback keeps him alive for the moment, and that might be enough. No, Ana is there and says no. What can they do? Miracle is going to also be under control. Going to go for the spin, TP out. Do they have a bash? No. Bash? No, they got him. They got him caught. They take him down. Miracle dead 100 seconds.
Abyssal Blade was just ready. He does have a buyback. Necro used the buyback, but they did not achieve anything. I was thinking that Nature's Prophet might go for tier 4s or just TP and try to get mega creeps, but man, what a game.
He decides to stick around and help out the team. I mean, he's got so much net worth on him at this point. You kind of need No Tail in these fights to help turn him. Like, Hex, Bloodthorn. This is not your regular position 5 Nature's Prophet.
They want to force out that buyback on Jug. Brewmaster using Split.
They're just going to go for this tower immediately. And they try and take down these creeps. Mind Control. Has he taken a talent yet? He decided to go for the Ghost Ship Fleet. And just going to use it to clear out these creeps. But cannot stop the eventual death of the tower. The lift up is there on to this Necrophos. They buy back on the Jug. That's going to be the cell to get out of there. Ana ends up eating through the Serpent Wards to make sure he gets out. Jerax going to go for the walk away. Shadow Blade's there to keep him alive. They take down No Tail. That is a dieback for No Tail, but it looks like the rest of the OG are going to escape.
They need to push out the waves and try to go for a set of Raxes because they know Nature's Prophet just TP'd. He just bought back and does not have it. Man, Kanka is a beast.
I think that they spotted the Radiance burn right there on the creep wave, and that's why Liquid backed out. Yeah, Kunkka is huge. And again, they're going to sort of pressure out here. It looks like Jerax is trying to find stragglers, and they do see Mind Control on this Observer Ward, but it's a little bit too scary to jump on him. Miracle? There's no Nature's Prophet, though. There's nobody to gank with Jerax right now.
Look at that attack speed. Holy shit.
Gotta check it out next time. Is he hitting pretty fast? What other 25s do we have? Like, everybody's 25 at this point. Lifestealer went Rage Duration, I'm sure. Yep. Brewmaster, he's got ulti forever. Also, the Pango does, so his is on a 35-second cooldown with a 10-second duration. But able to find that disarm. Buyback status right now. Seb going to move in with his ultimate. Gets the lift up on a Necrophos. He's not playing Dota for a little bit. They find the stun also onto the Jug. Torrent going to connect onto Seb, but Miracle turns, tries to take down these Brewlings. Matumba Man walks forward yet again. They find themselves the stun. Top lane, Ana is pushing out to see if they can maybe get some damage onto the tier 4 towers, but Liquid is here, and they need him to be able to deal the damage against Miracle. So they take one lanes of Rax.
Outpush the lanes because they are getting closer, and the Nature's Prophet is about to spawn. He is pinging it out.
Yeah, Miracle takes these down. These creeps in the base, and then also the catapults. And Liquid are able to escape with no casualties this time. So the battle of the creep waves, the battle of the buybacks is going to be the other thing. You bought back on Miracle in the last fight, so won't have it for 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, they don't want to rush anything right now. Roche is going to spawn in 40 seconds, so pretty much whoever wins this team fight wins the game.
They have DD on Ana as well. Can make a really big difference. Shadow Blade picked up for the Nature's Prophet. These late game Shadow Blades. Where do they go though? It is going to be a heart, a smoke up now, heading in towards the Roche pit. It's respawning very, very soon. They're going to see the DD and, well, they might be able to get it. They break the smoke on both of them. Ana immediately picks up the DD. Good reaction there.
Yeah, they even put the Lotus Orb. It's just beautiful to watch these two teams play.
Yeah. I mean, they knew that that smoke was going to be coming towards the pit, right? So, again, a heads-up play. Roche respawns. They have vision of it with No-Tail Sprout. And this is sort of a battle of who wants to blink first.
I don't think no one wants to do it. Juggernaut has a 10-second BKB in a backpack. Oh.
Deadly.
Oh.
Deadly. Very scary. What else do we have here? Shadow Shaman has his BKB done. Has the ward's attack
buyback.
damage.
Okay, he has a buyback right now. He just got it. 2 SAR plus.
Nature's Prophet and Brewmaster don't have their buyback. Neither does the Jug and the Necro. If any of these heroes die, it's a huge opportunity for both teams. Jump forward. GH has it. Has him caught. Has the Hex. But they catch him. They're going to use the Abyssal Blade even on that Shadow Shaman so he can't get the lockdown. But the Will o' the Wisp is down as well. Ana going to be under control for the moment. He has the immune on him as well. Everybody from Liquid deciding that they're going to instead switch over and try and take down the Brewmaster or maybe Topson, who's been caught out of position and is going to be silenced, stunned, and killed. But back in the base. No-Tail. Well, he's turning around and Mind Control shows up. He has a gem. No-Tail thought that he could make something happen here, but he's going to be pulled back in closer. The silence is there, but No-Tail is going to die. Is it just space created, though? Because Ana's thinking about going for the Roche.
Yeah, they're dealing a lot of damage to these tier 4 towers. Once those falls, OG chance of winning this game is going to get up for sure.
Yeah.
Look at No-Tail, just microing those ugly 3-ins.
He doesn't have anything else to do for a while. He's dead for 2 minutes. No buyback. He will have buyback in 1 minute and 15 seconds. So in that amount of time, it seems unlikely Liquid will be able to push down a full lane. More likely try and finish off Roche, I would imagine, as Ana is going to, again, push out these side lanes. Can go for the Rage TP away if he wants. God, but he's got to play it so carefully. If he dies at this point, it's a huge opportunity for Liquid. And yeah, they just don't have any way to jump him immediately. They need Shadow Shaman to do it. Oh, wait a minute, though.
There it is.
GH has him. Oh,
GH lost the vision.
He lost vision. And now they jump inside Jerax, and they don't quite have the vision of him. So BKB popped and everything, but heads up play there. Ana just walks behind a tree. And they end up getting away. And the bigger thing, too, is it's like it's all that wasted time that you have also.
Yeah, so, I mean, Nature's Prophet still needs 45 seconds to be alive. Straight into the Roche pit.
Yep. He has buyback in 5 seconds, though. So we'll see if they want to try and take a battle. Miracle hitting himself for the moment. Topson throws out his ability. They have buyback. No, they don't have buyback on Nature's Prophet. They still need 400 gold. But Miracle trying to take down this ultimate. Seb jumps in with the BKB. Is going to have his ultimate, but he gets bashed yet again. Seb, he can't rely on the BKB, but they drop the ultimate. It's not going to be enough to sleep us there. And the Reaper Scythe comes down. Dead for 170 seconds, and now OG need to run. Liquid are there. Ana tries to turn and fight. The Avalanche, the toss. It comes out as well, but they drop the wards up on the high ground. Ana going to get Omni Slash. They find the kill. Miracle chases him down. They buy back immediately on both of those heroes. They want to try and take them down, but they don't have the vision of Jerax to fully control them. And now Miracle, under fire, pops the Mantis Cell, just tries to turn and see if he can battle, but Ana is on top of him as well, and he goes for the spin. He can't TP. He can't walk away. He's actually blocked out by the wards, but now he gets through the other side of him, and they're going to be able to take down that Tiny. Jerax needs to buy back as well now. No Tail trying to run away. He is going to escape. There's still creeps in the base. He could think about going to the tier 4s or even just that other set of racks if they want, but the Hex is there onto Ana. He's being controlled as well. No buyback on this guy. If he goes down in the Reaper site, that's not quite enough damage. Ana lives, jumps inside Jerax, and Jerax gets him out. Operation Save Ana.
Oh man, sick play by Jerax.
Oh, and Ana, he finds a regen rune. Ana finds a regen rune. He turns it back around. Now they found Miracle. They take him down, the most timely of runes. They get the kill. Jug doesn't have buyback for 2 minutes, but Tumbleman needs to get out of there as well. The Ghost Shroud, the attempt to run away. 10 seconds left on that Reaper Scythe. Can they find that kill? GH is here to try and save his buddy, but he blinks away instead. And Matumbaman going to be controlled, going to be killed off. He does have buyback though. And now Miracle gets his buyback. It came off of cooldown. They decide to remove teleportation for the Nature's Prophet because he needs to be everywhere at once. But now they can head back for that Roche.
Really low. Liquid's not going to get there in time.
Oh, big plays. OG claim it.
Liquid also popped the glyph because Nature's Prophet was in the base. They lost one tier 4 tower. Let me see who got what. Lifestealer got the Aegis. 1, 2.
Oh.
Let me just count that. 1, 2, 4 buybacks on side of OG in the previous.
And the back and forthness of this game. Topson, Seb, they walk up high ground, but they found him. GH, this is so key for them. Topson trying to roll to create a little bit of space, but GH has already popped the BKB, and just when it was looking good, they lose the Brewmaster. 170 seconds. And Topson?
Yeah, go check your Gmail, Facebook.
They do get out with Topson, but he is gone for a while. What can Liquid do in this time?
Mind control. He knows what's up. He's trying to find Nature's Prophet if he wants to cut the waves.
Yeah, that's the play.
Just escorting the creep wave. That's his job.
They still have a tier 2 tower up top. I mean,
escort control.
Can OG take this fight without the Brewmaster?
They have to.
Right? So the DD is there. They can't go for the final Mega Creeps, but it looks like Liquid are just going to call the go for the throne. Ana pops the Rage. They're going to use the Glyph as well, trying to Hex, trying to control, but again, the toss back is not enough, but they were able to actually get GH. That's a pretty good target if they can bring him down in time. The Sprout is going to be there as well. The BKB comes out, and he's got the Shackles, but No Tail finds the kill, and that was also the Tiny Dead. He's also gone forever with that Reaper Scythe used, and they need to take down Miracle, but Ana is going to be controlled. He's going to be punched. They do up the Rolling Thunder as well, but it's not enough. He's not hitting onto enough heroes. Ana turns, tries to lifesteal up through this one, but I'm not sure if it's going to be there. The Sprout, it actually keeps Ana separated from Miracle. They turn with the Omni Slash. They take him down. It's only the Aegis, but they're going for the throne. They're trying to get any type of control for these heroes that they can. They use the Abyssal Blade onto Miracle. Throne at 2,500 HP. Ana just wants to keep him alive. They're sprouting the throne to try and keep it alive there, but with the Force Staff through and with the control coming from GH, it's going to be Liquid's game number 1.
Man, what a game. I did not expect to be this close of